Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new F123 video. Today we're gonna be testing top speeds of every single F123 car. But before we're gonna do that, I'm gonna test what the fastest track on the calendar is, so we can test the top speeds on those tracks. And to do that, I've created the ultimate top speed setup. Look, 0 wings with maximum camber, minimum toe, stiffest front spring, softest rear spring for the ultimate rake, of course. I didn't want to go too low on the rear ride height because I was scared it was gonna bottom out, especially with that soft rear spring. Maximum front ride height for more top speed and the maximum tire pressure. So let's head into it. Now I'm starting off with Baku, and then, oh my god, I can't even take this corner flat out. Oh! Alright, this setup is undrivable, but it's gonna be so fast on the straight. It's gonna be ridiculous. We're driving with the equal cars Mercedes at the moment, so you're basically driving a Red Bull in Mercedes colors. So I assume the Red Bull is gonna be the fastest on the straight. I think the Williams will be up there as well. Look at this, it looks like I have no front wing. Ridiculous, we're gonna be so fast on the straight. And oh, we might actually be hitting the limiter already here. Look at that. We did. We hit the limiter. That's crazy. We hit the limiter, but not completely yet. So let's try another track and see what we're gonna get on Mexico and Las Vegas. I reckon Las Vegas is gonna be a good one as well. Now I forgot the most obvious one, which is Monza, of course. And then after that we go to Mexico and Las Vegas. But let's see what we can get on Monza. I think Baku should be higher top speed than Monza in the first place anyway, but let's see what we're gonna get here. No slipstream, of course. Are we gonna get the limiter? No, it's slightly slower than Baku, just by like 1 or 2 kilometers, but it's definitely slower. So let's go to Mexico and see if we can hit the full limiter there, because Baku, you could hear the limiter just getting touched a little bit, but it wasn't full limiter. So let's see what we can get on Mexico. Oh my god. Undrivable. Alright, let's see what we're gonna get. Can we hit the limiter into turn 1? No, Baku's still the fastest one. Surely Las Vegas. Or Las Vegas is crazy long straight, so surely Las Vegas is the one. Alright. Here we go. This is just the main straight. And we're already reaching 336. Oh my god, the car turns so bad with this setup. It just has this little straight in the middle. We're gonna reach like 340. Close to 350 already. This setup is disgusting. Alright. The moment of truth. Is Las Vegas the fastest straight on the calendar? On F123. DRS is open. We're not even halfway yet. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna break it here, surely. Yeah, we're hitting the limiter, 366. Las Vegas is a new fastest straight. Crazy, 366 on the straight. Now, that was basically the Red Bull. Let's try the realistic Ferrari around Las Vegas with the top speed setup and see what we're gonna get. And then we're just gonna go down the list of the realistic Mercedes until the Williams, basically. Alright, there we go then. Let's see what the Ferrari can get on the Las Vegas straight. 366 for the Red Bull. What can the Ferrari do? Are we gonna hit the limiter? Is what I'm asking myself as well. Will we hit the limiter? I think we will. The limiter is slightly lower. We just hit the limiter, 364. 2 kilometers slower than the Red Bull. Not that much actually. But of course I think the Red Bull is a lot more aero efficient. So if you go up on downforce, the Ferrari might lose more relative to the Red Bull. And I think that's what a lot of cars like that. So let's try the Mercedes. Now I wonder, every team make their own gearboxes, right? Even the teams that have a Ferrari or a Mercedes engine. So is the gear ratio gonna be decided by themselves, or is it still gonna be decided by the engine manufacturer? That's what I'm wondering. But I guess we're finding that out today. Not sure if this is a realistic representation, of course, but we've bolted on the ultimate top speed setup again. What I'm wondering as well, in real life the limiter is not 13k RPM, right? I swear it's like 15. Unless I'm completely wrong here now, absolutely waffling, but I thought it was higher than... Of course, the car stops basically, or the engine stops pulling at like 12k, just over 12k, and you lose time if you go above that. I thought they could go higher than 13k RPM, but again, I might be completely wrong. I always thought they could go higher than 13k, but if that is the case, then obviously that's not correct in the game, and they're supposed to be able to go a lot faster than that. Oh my god, I'm just there. Right, here we go. Let's see what the Mercedes can do on realistic performance. I can notice we're already slower than before. However, when we open the DRS, we seem to gain a lot more relative. Oh, we're already hitting the limiter. 351. That happened like halfway down the straight. That's 13 kph lower than the Ferrari and 15 lower than the Red Bull. That's crazy. Let's try the Alpine. I think Alpine is usually pretty good on the straight. But again, I might be wrong. The first Renault engine coming up. Alright, the Renault engine coming up. I think there's the only Renault engine on the grid, no? The Alpine. Yeah, it is. Let's see what we can get on the straight here. It's gonna be more than the Merc, for sure. Oh, it might be more than the Red Bull, actually. Are we even gonna hit the limiter? Oh, it's struggling, it's struggling, it's struggling. The Alpine has a longer gear ratio than the Red Bull, and it would have been the fastest on the straight by far, but straight line speed is... we just have too much drag, I think so? Let me see what happens if I lower the rear ride height to like 31 to see if we gain even more straight line speed. Because obviously every single click at 365 kph top speed is gonna have a massive effect. So let's see what happens if we go minimum or almost minimum rear ride height, and let's see if we can gain even more top speed in this Alpine, because that was crazy. 366 as well, same top speed as the Red Bull. I did not expect that, to be honest. Alright, can we gain more top speed out of this Alpine? All the previous cars so far just hit a limiter. And this was the first time I could smell some more potential. See what we can get. Lower rear ride height. Can we go even more top speed? 367? Come on. No. Nah, I think we're just stuck. We're stuck on 366 with the Alpine as well. We have to accept reality. Onto the McLaren. I expect this one to be one of the slowest. Now we're gonna find out as well if the Mercedes engines have the same gear ratios or not. Because if that's the case, we should hit 351 with the McLaren if we manage to hit the limiter, but I'm quite confident we will hit the limiter. Alright, here we go then, with the McLaren. Will it have the same top speed as the Merc? No, it's gonna have more. It's gonna have more. Different gear ratios, even with the same engine manufacturer, but just too much drag. Again, same issues with Alpine. Car just has a little bit too much drag. 362 on the McLaren. I think just if you go down the list of the cars, the aero efficiency just decreases. So they create basically less downforce and more drag. So that's the issue of those cars. The gear ratio is long enough to go faster, but just too much drag, even with 0-0 wings. Onto the Alfa Romeo. Alright, let's see what the Alfa can do on this next straight. Crazy that the Merc has been the slowest so far. And the Alfa is going to be the 351 as well. I think it's going to hit high 350. Or even higher. 360. It's almost hitting the limiter. 362 as well. So that's the same as the McLaren. On to the Aston. It's weird that the Aston is so far down the line. They are like second in the constructors at the moment, or third? I think third. So I wonder how the Aston is going to do, because obviously it should be the second or third fastest car, more or less. Hard to say, it depends really per track. But let's see how they can do on the straight. I think in real life they're one of the slowest on the straight, right? They create a lot of downforce, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's see how the Aston can do. I think it would be one of the lowest, but we're about to find out, I guess. It's the Merc engine as well, of course. The Alfa had the Ferrari engine. And, oh, it's gonna be close with the Merc, I think so. 351 as well. 351. Okay. 351. Wait. Is McLaren with a Merc engine as well? Or did they move to Renault? I actually don't know anymore. They've swapped engine suppliers so many times. I forgot. Let's see how Haas can do. Alright, the Haas and the Ferrari engine. Can we get 360 with the Haas? Oh yeah, we are. We're definitely gonna get 360. Yeah, gonna hit the limiter. 363. Oof. Wait, so earlier on I said the gear ratios. Oh, wait, just a quick Google search. What engine supplier is McLaren using? Okay, so McLaren does use the Merc engine. I don't know why I thought it was the Renault. I think when they went from Honda, they went to Renault, right? And then to Merc. Or am I waffling here? I literally don't know anymore. That means, for some reason, the Aston and the Merc have the same top speed, same engine manufacturers, but the McLaren doesn't. And it looked like the Haas is pretty much the same as Ferrari as well, so I'm a bit confused there. Let's see what AlphaTauri can do. With the Honda engine, of course, so maybe can get similar to Red Bull, although Red Bull is really efficient with their aero, so it's gonna be a question if AlphaTauri is gonna be anywhere near that. Alright, here we go then. The AlphaTauri with the Honda engine, of course. Can we hit the 366 as well? Or are we gonna have a different gear ratio here? Oh, looks like we're gonna hit the limiter. No, not quite. 362. 4 kilometers down to the Red Bull. So that just comes down to aero basically. Now, the last one, the Williams. Let's see what we're gonna get with the Williams. I expect it to be high, to be honest. The Williams is always rapid on the straight. No downforce, no drag. It's basically a Williams philosophy. Alright, now the almighty Williams on the straight. I expect it to be really high in top speed, not gonna lie. DRS open. Oh, it's gonna hit the limiter really soon. 351. So every Merc engine has the same gear ratios. Apart from the McLaren. Maybe Williams and Aston buy the gearbox from Mercedes and McLaren make their own? Would that make sense? That makes sense, maybe. I think so. I think I saw an article earlier this year that Aston was talking about creating their own gearboxes, so I think that actually makes sense. It's starting to come together, lads. It's starting to come together in my head. So the final standings then: Red Bull 366, Ferrari 364, Merc 351, the Alpine 366 matching the Red Bull. Then we got the McLaren on 362, the Alfa Romeo on 362, Aston on 351, just like the Merc, Haas on 363, AlphaTauri on 362, and the Williams on 351. I think the Haas has the same gearbox as Ferrari as well. I might be wrong. I think they buy stuff from Ferrari. So those are the final standings for the F123 top speed test. Make sure to like and subscribe for more F123 content coming in the coming year. We ain't stopping anytime soon. Make sure to like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Ciao.